Complexity is one of the most common and most expensive mistakes in business. Many companies believe that growth requires more systems, more processes, more products, and more layers of management. In reality, complexity slows everything down, creates confusion, delays decisions, increases costs, and weakens execution. Profit does not come from doing more, it comes from doing the right things faster and better than competitors. Simplicity is what allows that to happen. When a business is simple, execution speeds up. Teams understand priorities clearly. They know what matters, what generates revenue, and what must be done today. There is no confusion about goals or direction. Decisions are made quickly because the criteria are clear. Complex businesses, on the other hand, struggle with alignment. Too many rules, tools, and approval layers turn simple decisions into long discussions. By the time a decision is made, the opportunity has often passed. Speed is a competitive advantage, and simplicity is what creates speed. Simplicity also reduces friction inside the organization. Every extra process, report, meeting, or system adds resistance. Resistance slows momentum. Employees spend more time managing systems than serving customers or improving products. In simple organizations, energy flows toward execution instead of administration. Less friction means more output from the same effort. Over time, this efficiency compounds into higher productivity and stronger profit margins. From a financial perspective, simplicity directly impacts cost structure. Complex operations are expensive to maintain. They require more staff, more training, more technology, and more oversight. Errors increase as complexity increases, leading to rework, waste, and inefficiency. Simple systems are easier to manage, easier to train, and easier to improve. Lower operational drag means more cash stays in the business. Long-term profit is not just about increasing revenue, it is about controlling complexity so costs do not grow faster than income. Simplicity also improves focus. Profitable businesses concentrate on a small number of high-impact activities. They identify what drives revenue and double down on it. And complex businesses chase too many opportunities at once, spreading attention and capital thin. Focused execution beats scattered ambition every time. Simplicity forces discipline, eliminates distractions, and keeps the organization aligned around what actually produces results. Focus compounds faster than diversification when the foundation is still being built. Customers respond strongly to simplicity. Clear messaging, straightforward pricing, and easy processes build trust. Customers do not want to work hard to understand what you offer. When businesses simplify their value proposition, buying becomes easier. Easier buying increases conversion rates, repeat purchases, and loyalty. Trust built through clarity turns into predictable revenue. Predictability is the foundation of long-term profit. Complexity confuses customers, creates hesitation, and drives them to competitors who are easier to understand. Simplicity also strengthens leadership and accountability. When goals are simple and measurable, performance is visible. There is no hiding behind complicated metrics or vague strategies. People know what success looks like. Accountability improves because results are clear. In complex organizations, underperformance is often hidden behind complexity. Simple businesses expose truth quickly, allowing leaders to correct problems before they become expensive. Truth protects profit. In times of pressure or market disruption, simplicity becomes even more valuable. Complex systems break under stress. Simple systems adapt. When conditions change, businesses with clear priorities and lean operations can respond quickly. They cut unnecessary costs, shift resources, and maintain cash flow. Complexity slows reaction time and increases risk during downturns. Long-term profitability depends on survival as much as growth, and simplicity increases resilience. Another advantage of simplicity is consistency. Profitable businesses are built on repeatable action. Simple processes are easier to repeat daily, weekly, and yearly. This consistency improves quality, efficiency, and brand reputation over time. Complex strategies require constant adjustment and create variability in performance. Variability increases risk. Simplicity stabilizes operations and allows steady improvement. Small, consistent gains compound into significant long-term profit. Simplicity also accelerates learning. When systems are simple, feedback is clear. Businesses can see what works and what doesn't without noise. Improvements can be made quickly. Complex systems make it difficult to identify cause and effect. Problems take longer to diagnose and fix. Simple execution creates clean data, which leads to better decisions and faster improvement. Faster learning leads to faster growth and stronger profitability. Importantly, simplicity does not mean lack of ambition, it means disciplined ambition. The most successful businesses in the world are not complicated at their core. They focus on a few key drivers and execute them relentlessly. They resist the temptation to over-engineer solutions or chase every opportunity. They understand that profit comes from mastery, not complexity. Over time, simplicity becomes a strategic advantage that competitors struggle to replicate. Complex businesses cannot easily unwind their systems without pain. Simple businesses can scale deliberately, adding complexity only when necessary and controlled. This flexibility protects margins and supports sustainable growth. In business, complexity feels sophisticated but is often just inefficiency disguised as intelligence. Simplicity is harder because it requires clarity, discipline, and focus. But simplicity is what accelerates execution, reduces cost, builds trust, and creates durable profit. Businesses that simplify how they think, operate, and execute position themselves to win not just today, but for the long term. Long-term wealth is rarely built by doing many things at once. It is built by focusing deeply on a small number of activities that generate the highest return. In business, expansion is often confused with growth. Expansion feels productive because it creates movement, new products, new markets, and new ideas. Focus is what actually builds wealth. Focus channels energy, capital, and attention into a narrow path where results compound. Expansion without focus dilutes effort, increases risk, and slows profitability. When businesses expand too early or too widely, they spread resources thin. Time, money, and talent are finite. Every new product, service, or market requires attention, systems, and management. Without a strong core, expansion weakens execution. Focused businesses, on the other hand, concentrate on mastering one primary revenue engine before adding anything new. Mastery increases efficiency, lowers cost, and improves margins. Wealth grows faster when effort is concentrated rather than scattered. Focus creates clarity. When priorities are limited, decision-making improves. Leaders and teams know exactly what matters and what does not. Projects are evaluated against clear objectives and distractions are eliminated. In expanding businesses without focus, priorities constantly shift. Teams are pulled in multiple directions, execution slows, and accountability weakens. Focus simplifies strategy and accelerates execution. Faster execution leads to faster results, and faster results create momentum that fuels long-term wealth. Financial stability is another benefit of focus. Concentrating on a proven business model creates predictable cash flow. Predictability allows reinvestment, planning, and controlled growth. Expansion introduces variability and risk, especially when entering unfamiliar markets or launching untested products. Focus reduces uncertainty by deepening expertise and refining processes. Stable cash flow is the foundation of long-term wealth. Businesses that chase expansion too early often sacrifice stability for excitement, and that trade-off usually ends badly. Customers reward focus. Businesses that specialize are easier to trust. Clear positioning, consistent quality, and reliable delivery build strong reputations. Customers know what to expect and return repeatedly. Focused businesses become known for one thing done exceptionally well. Expansion blurs identity. When a company tries to be everything, it often becomes nothing in the eyes of the customer. Strong brands are built through focus, and strong brands drive long-term profitability. Operational excellence also depends on focus. Repetition improves performance. Doing the same core activities repeatedly allows teams to optimize processes, reduce errors, and increase efficiency. Expansion introduces complexity, variability, and learning curves. Complexity increases cost and reduces margins. Focus simplifies operations and allows continuous improvement. Over time, small efficiency gains compound into significant financial advantage. Operational mastery is a key driver of sustainable wealth. Focus strengthens leadership and accountability. When goals are limited and clear, performance becomes measurable. Leaders can hold teams accountable because expectations are specific. Expansion often obscures responsibility. With too many initiatives, it becomes difficult to determine what is working and who is responsible. Focus exposes truth. Truth enables correction. Correction protects profitability and accelerates growth. Clear accountability is essential for long-term success. Focus also accelerates learning. Concentrated effort produces clear feedback. Businesses can quickly identify what works and what does not. Improvements are made faster because variables are controlled. Expansion introduces too many variables at once, making it difficult to learn effectively. Focused learning leads to faster refinement of strategy and execution. Faster learning strengthens competitive advantage and supports long-term wealth creation. There is also a psychological advantage to focus. Teams working toward a single, clear objective are more engaged and motivated. Progress is visible, wins are frequent, and momentum builds. Expansion often creates confusion and burnout. Too many priorities lead to frustration and diluted effort. Focus energizes teams by giving them a clear mission and measurable progress. Motivated teams execute better, and better execution drives profitability. Importantly, focus does not mean permanent limitation. It means sequencing growth intelligently. Wealthy businesses expand after they dominate their core. They build strong foundations before adding complexity. Expansion becomes strategic rather than reactive. Focus first, expand later. This sequence protects capital, preserves culture, and maintains execution quality. Expansion built on a strong core is sustainable. Expansion built on weak foundations is destructive. Long-term wealth is not built by chasing every opportunity. It is built by committing to the right opportunity and executing it relentlessly. Focus creates efficiency, stability, clarity, and trust. Expansion without focus creates noise, risk, and dilution. The businesses that endure and prosper are those that resist the temptation to do too much too soon. They master one thing, generate consistent profit, and then scale deliberately. In business, patience and discipline are often more valuable than ambition alone. Focus requires saying no to good ideas in order to say yes to the right one. This discipline separates businesses that grow wealthy over time from those that burn out chasing expansion. Focus is not restrictive, it is liberating. It concentrates effort, accelerates results, and builds the foundation for lasting wealth. Simple systems are the backbone of scalable and profitable businesses. As companies grow, the natural temptation is to add layers, more rules, more tools, more approvals, more processes. While this may feel like progress, it often creates friction that slows execution and inflates costs. Simple systems do the opposite. They allow businesses to grow without losing speed, control, or efficiency. Scaling is not about adding complexity, it is about repeating what works with minimal resistance. When systems are simple, they are easier to understand and easier to follow. Employees can learn them quickly, execute them consistently, and improve them continuously. Training time decreases, errors reduce, and productivity increases. Complex systems require extensive onboarding, constant supervision, and frequent correction. Every additional rule or step increases the chance of mistakes and delays. Simple systems reduce cognitive load, allowing people to focus on execution rather than navigation. This clarity is critical for scaling because growth depends on people being able to replicate actions reliably. Cost efficiency is one of the biggest advantages of simplicity. Complex systems require more management, more technology, and more oversight. They often lead to bloated teams and unnecessary expenses. Simple systems operate with fewer resources while producing better outcomes. Fewer steps mean fewer failure points. Fewer tools mean lower licensing, maintenance, and training costs. Over time, these savings compound into significantly higher margins. Businesses that simplify operations protect profitability as they grow, while complex organizations see costs rise faster than revenue. Simple systems also scale faster because they are repeatable. Scalability depends on consistency. If a process works only when a specific person manages it or when conditions are perfect, it is not scalable. Simple systems are designed to work under pressure and with average performers, not just talent. This allows businesses to grow without being constrained by individual capabilities. When systems are clear and repeatable, expansion becomes a matter of replication rather than reinvention. Speed is another critical benefit. Simple systems enable faster decision-making and execution. When processes are clear, employees don't need constant approval or clarification. Decisions move closer to the point of action. This decentralization increases responsiveness and agility. In competitive markets, speed matters. Companies that can execute quickly capture opportunities before competitors react. Complex systems slow response time, creating bottlenecks that cost money and market share. Simple systems also improve accountability. When processes are straightforward, it is easy to see where things break down. Performance becomes visible. Metrics are clearer and responsibility is easier to assign. Complex systems hide inefficiency. Problems get buried under layers of reporting and bureaucracy. Simple systems expose reality quickly, allowing leaders to address issues before they become expensive. Transparency supports continuous improvement and protects long-term profitability. Scalability also depends on adaptability. Markets change, technologies evolve, and customer expectations shift. Simple systems are easier to modify because they have fewer interdependencies. A change in one area does not trigger chaos across the organization. Complex systems are fragile. Small changes can have unintended consequences, making adaptation slow and risky. Simple systems provide flexibility, allowing businesses to pivot quickly without disrupting operations. This adaptability is a key factor in sustaining growth over time. Employee engagement is another overlooked advantage. People perform better when systems are clear and manageable. Simple processes reduce frustration and burnout. Employees feel competent and confident because expectations are clear. This leads to higher morale, lower turnover, and better performance. High turnover caused by complex, frustrating systems is expensive and disruptive. Simple systems create a more stable workforce which supports consistent execution and scalable growth. From a leadership perspective, simple systems free up time and mental energy. Leaders spend less time firefighting and more time focusing on strategy, growth, and improvement. Complexity traps leaders in operational details, limiting their ability to think long-term. Simple systems create leverage. They allow leaders to manage through structure rather than constant intervention. This leverage is essential for scaling beyond a certain size. Simple systems also enhance customer experience. Consistent delivery, predictable quality, and fast response times build trust. Customers value reliability more than sophistication. When systems are simple, service quality is easier to maintain as volume increases. Complex systems often lead to inconsistent customer experiences, damaging reputation and loyalty. Trust built through consistency drives repeat business, which is a cornerstone of long-term profitability. Importantly, simplicity does not mean rigidity. Simple systems can be robust and well-designed. They focus on essentials and eliminate unnecessary steps. They are built to evolve, not to impress. Many businesses mistake sophistication for effectiveness. In reality, the most scalable companies operate on simple principles executed relentlessly. They refine systems continuously, but they resist unnecessary complexity. As businesses grow, complexity will naturally try to creep in. The discipline lies in resisting it. Leaders must constantly ask whether a new process adds value or merely adds control. Simple systems require courage because they expose inefficiency and demand accountability, but this is precisely why they work. They force clarity, discipline, and execution in the long run. Businesses that rely on simple systems grow faster, spend less, and adapt better. They scale by repetition rather than reinvention. Costs remain controlled, margins stay healthy, and execution remains strong. Simple systems are not just operational tools, they are strategic assets that enable sustainable growth and long-term profit. Trust is the foundation of every profitable business, and trust begins with clarity. When customers understand exactly what you offer, how it works, and what value they receive, hesitation disappears. Clear offers remove doubt, reduce friction, and make buying easy. Confusing offers do the opposite. They create uncertainty, slow decisions, and push customers toward competitors who communicate better. Predictable revenue is not built on cleverness or complexity. It is built on clarity repeated consistently over time. Clear offer answers simple questions immediately. What is this? Who is it for? What problem does it solve? How much does it cost? What happens next? When these answers are obvious, customers feel safe. Safety leads to trust, and trust leads to transactions. Businesses that struggle with inconsistent revenue often assume they need better marketing or more traffic. In reality, the problem is usually unclear positioning. If customers have to think too hard, they don't buy. Clarity accelerates decision making. People are busy and overloaded with options. When an offer is simple and direct, it cuts through noise. Customers don't need persuasion, they need understanding. Clear offers respect the customer's time and intelligence. They communicate value quickly and confidently. This confidence signals competence. Competence builds trust. Trust shortens the sales cycle and increases conversion rates, which directly impacts revenue stability. Predictable revenue depends on repeat behavior. Customers return when their experience matches expectations. Clear offers set accurate expectations. When what is promised aligns with what is delivered, trust deepens. Deep trust leads to repeat purchases, referrals, and long-term relationships. Over time, these behaviors stabilize income. Businesses with clear offers can forecast revenue more accurately because customer behavior becomes consistent. Consistency is the backbone of long-term profitability. Pricing clarity is especially critical. Hidden fees, complicated packages, or confusing tiers erode trust instantly. Customers may buy once, but they rarely return. Clear pricing communicates fairness and confidence. It reduces friction in the buying process and minimizes disputes or dissatisfaction later. Transparent pricing attracts serious buyers and filters out hesitation-driven objections. When customers understand exactly what they are paying for, they are more comfortable committing. Clear offers also improve marketing efficiency. When the message is simple, marketing becomes focused. Campaigns are easier to create, test, and optimize. Teams know what they are promoting and why. Complex offers require complex explanations, which dilute messaging and reduce impact. Simple offers are easier to remember and easier to share. Word of mouth improves because customers can easily explain what you do to others. This organic growth further stabilizes revenue. Operationally, clarity reduces internal friction. Sales teams sell better when they understand the offer completely. Customer support performs better when expectations are clear. Fewer misunderstandings mean fewer complaints, refunds, and escalations. This reduces cost and protects margins. Predictable revenue is not just about income. It is also about controlling leakage caused by confusion and dissatisfaction. Clear offers align the entire organization around a single promise. Clear offers also position businesses as trustworthy leaders in their market. Customers associate clarity with professionalism and reliability. Businesses that communicate simply appear more confident and established. Those that hide behind jargon or complexity appear uncertain or inexperienced. Trust is earned not by saying more, but by saying less with precision. Clear offers demonstrate mastery of the problem and confidence in the solution. Another advantage of clarity is scalability. When an offer is clear, it can be replicated across channels, markets, and teams. Sales scripts, onboarding processes, and customer journeys become standardized. This repeatability supports growth without sacrificing consistency. Complex offers are difficult to scale because they depend on individual explanation or customization. Clear offers scale because they are understood the same way by everyone. Clear offers also protect businesses during market downturns. In uncertain times, customers become more cautious. They gravitate toward businesses they understand and trust. Clarity reduces perceived risk. When budgets tighten, predictable revenue comes from loyal customers who know exactly what they are buying and why it matters. Businesses with vague or shifting offers struggle because uncertainty compounds hesitation. Importantly, clarity requires discipline. It often means saying no to unnecessary features, add-ons, or variations. Businesses are tempted to complicate offers to appeal to everyone. This usually backfires. Trying to serve everyone creates confusion for everyone. Clear offers are focused offers. Focus builds strength, recognition, and trust. Over time, this focus creates a strong market position that competitors find difficult to challenge. Clear offers also generate better data. When the offer is simple, performance metrics are easier to track and interpret. Businesses can see what works and what doesn't without noise. This allows continuous improvement and optimization. Predictable revenue improves when decisions are based on clear feedback rather than assumptions. Clarity sharpens insight. Ultimately, trust is built through consistency and honesty. Clear offers communicate both. They reduce friction, accelerate decisions, and create alignment, promise, and delivery. Over time, this alignment builds loyal customers and steady income. Businesses that prioritize clarity don't chase revenue, they attract it. Predictable revenue is the natural outcome of trust, and trust is earned through simple, clear, and focused offers executed consistently.